she's so late, it won't do her any harm to stay out a bit longer. Teach her a lesson.
Oh, Jack.
That... Oh, all right, all right. But it's for your sake, mind, not for hers. Well, what have you got to say for yourself, young lady?
I said I was sorry and my watch stopped.
What time did you promise to be in?
10 o'clock.
And what time is it now?
Gone 11.
Upstairs, young lady.
I don't know why you've been...
Bed.
Well?
Well, what?
What good do you think that's going to do?
Good? What good? Well, it'll learn her to behave in a responsible manner for a start.
She has not been irresponsible.
Now, listen. Coming in an hour after she should, palming us off with silly excuses.
You could have listened to her explanation, Jack.
Oh, aye. Next time she'd be 2 hours late. Then she'd come once again at 3 o'clock in the morning and make some excuse about missing a bus or something.
And you say I get carried away.
Whose side are you on?
It isn't a question of taking sides.
Is she or is she not a child for whom we're responsible?
She is not a child, Jack.
Maybe, but she's not grown up yet, and we're responsible for her, aren't we?
I'm not arguing that.
That means we've got to keep our eye on her, doesn't it?
Yes, but tactfully.
Tactfully?
Look, Jack, I know it isn't easy, but the time has come when we shall have to treat Lucille as a grown-up. If we don't, I'm very much afraid she'll go to drastic lengths to prove to us that she's grown up.
Quite a little psychologist, aren't you?
Far too many girls go astray because of lack of proper understanding.
And how come you're so clever at it?
I don't say I am, but I do think, love, that this is one instance where I can deal with her better than you can. And I'll have a little chat with her in the morning. Now, I'm absolutely dropping. Be a love and put the milk on so that we can have a hot drink.
Hey, all right. Hey, I don't know. We used to get on so well together, her and me.
I know. But I do think this is a case, love, where one woman can understand another, even if one of them is so much younger.
Oh, I'll grant you that. There's not a chap alive as can fathom out the fair sex with all its artful, cunning little ways.
I left you in bed.
No, not me, Chuck.
Then who?
I don't know, but give her my regards.
I could have sworn.
Tea in the pot I've just brewed up.
Hey, it's only 4 o'clock.
I know. I've been down here since 3.
Let's have it.
What?
What have I done now?
I don't know. What have you?
Oh,
What?
well, it was just a loan, love, you know, till payday. I'll put it all back, all 10 bob of it.
What, 10 bob?
The 10 bob I took out your purse.
Oh, never mind about that. Stan, which do you prefer, Frisia or Lily of the Valley?
By heck, it's this serious.
Of course it is.
Look, put me up with Missy, will you? What have I done?
Oh, I haven't the foggiest.
Oh, don't give me that. I've been married too long to you to know I don't get this midnight prowling sighing treatment for note.
Oh, my mind's too active with the wedding, that's all.
Oh, so it's not to be ground glass and mistaken kidney pud. In that case, what's for breakfast?
Lace.
You what?
Witchcraft lace over satin.
I'd rather have bacon and egg.
With a long bridal veil trailing behind and lover's knots embroidered on the skirt.
Listen, Hilda, love, don't go on romancing like that. There's no point.
No point? I'm talking about our daughter's wedding.
Ah, so am I. Irma Ogden. You're Hilda, I'm Stan Ogden, not Lord and Lady Muck.
Well, every girl's entitled to a lovely wedding day. And our Irma's as good as any debutante.
Does she want all this paraphernalia?
Our Irma?
Thinks to stay away as you?
Oh, she'll be thrilled to bits on the day.
Listen, love, it'll cost a packet.
I know.
Well, I've put ourselves in hock, you know.
I know.
Does it mean as much to you as that, then?
I've always dreamed about it, Stan. Ever since I were a little girl. You know, a proper white church wedding with an organ and bells and bridesmaids in little sticky-out frocks. People crying and confetti. I've always dreamed about it, Stan.
Aye. Ours weren't like that, were it?
No. That's why I want it for my daughter. I'll never get her another chance.
Morning.
Oh, Lucille, will you have one egg or two?
Oh, one, please. Before you do, Anthony.
Yes?
I'd just like to say I'm sorry about last night. I shouldn't have been rude to Mr. Walker.
No, you shouldn't, should you, love? But apologise to him, will you?
It's just that I can't stand people putting me down all the time.
You see, love, Mr. Walker didn't mean to upset you. It's just that he can't get used to the idea that you're growing up so fast.
No, my dad's just the same.
Yes, but my father was just the same, too. Do you know, when I was married and had children, he used to come round on a cold winter's morning to remind me that I ought to wear my winter woolies.
When you were married?
Yes. I was always his little girl.
Oh, didn't you mind?
No. I knew that I was grown up and able to take care of myself. It didn't do any harm to humour him. It gave him pleasure. Saved a lot of argument.
Yeah, I see.
You see, love, men are like that. They're a little bit, well, set in their ways. They get funny ideas. I think they're more narrow-minded than we women.
Yeah, they are funny, aren't they?
So it's up to us to give them a gentle push now and then.
But
A little guidance.
Still let them think that they're boss?
Oh, undoubtedly.
Is that what you do with Mr. Walker?
Oh, well, of course. I was generalising. Mr. Walker and I are different. But you do sort of understand now why Mr. Walker was so cross with you.
Yeah, Auntie Annie, I do.
You see, love, we do both trust you. You'll remember that, won't you?
Yeah, I'll try not to come in late again. You know, don't worry. I promise.
Thank you, love.
Did you get any wedding dress in last night, Jerry, lad? No, same old 2 and 9. Oh, give me a home where the followed home, where the deer and the antelope play. What? If you're waiting for a bus, mate, they don't come through here.
Tough job.
No, not very.
Listen, Len, about the way things went yesterday, I'm sorry.
It's all right, you should learn to keep your big mouth shut,
Yeah,
shouldn't you?
but it is my house you're knocking about, isn't
And
it?
you don't trust me to do it properly, is it?
No, look, he never said that,
No,
did he?
but that's what he meant. I mean, everyone knows old slap-happy Fairclough. He's bound to knock a few houses down by mistake. He might even finish up knocking the whole street down.
There we go again.
Look, Ken, how would you like it if I came into your classroom, started teaching your kids?
You know, I think you must be about the most pig-headed, obstinate man that
Well,
I've
I
ever
want
met.
a character reference, mate. I'll know where to come, won't I? Get on with it, you.
Here, listen to this. I'm 45, and for the past 3 months I've been going steady with a boy of 23. Do you think the age difference could stand in the way of true love?
What does she say?
She tells the old girl to give up cradle snatching and stick to her cat.
Myself, if I got to 40-odd and hadn't got a fella I'd grab out that was going.
Oh, you wouldn't. When she's 90-odd, she'll still be chasing. You don't know this one.
Oh, sarky Alice, you're not going to have me chocolate wafer for that.
Must be awful to be all frustrated and that.
It is.
No, I mean to be middle-aged and got nowhere.
Women.
Well, not just women. I mean, some people just sort of fizzle out.
Well, so long as you burn bright while the flame's still in, who cares?
Well, I would.
Don't let it give your ulcers, kid. There's plenty of fellas.
Well, it's not just fellas. I mean, you don't have to depend on fellas to get anywhere nowadays. We're not living in the dark ages.
Oh, heck.
Well, it's getting on in life, you know, getting new jobs, improving yourself.
I think I'm just lovely the way I am, don't you, Bess?
Me? I'm raving.
No, I was reading in the paper the other day. These girls will get jobs as secretaries with Youens in Rome.
You know. You know. You know.
I know, I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, shut up, you daft beggars. You're not interested.
I love to work in Rome, chuck all them dishy
Ooh,
Italians.
spaghetti, ravioli, 3 coins in the fountain.
No, I was just giving this as an instance, an example how you can get on given the qualifications.
Oh. Well, that lets us out for a start, doesn't
Well,
it?
it doesn't let me out.
You what?
Well, I know I'd need a good commercial training, but there's no reason why I shouldn't get a top secretarial job eventually. Even the boss said so.
Oh. He said so, did he?
Yeah, he stopped me outside and congratulated me. He said I was destined for better things than this.
Right. Playtime's over. Lucille, would you mind taking this letter down to Mrs. Carter in dispatch?
Oh, sure.
And make sure you don't trip over your qualifications on the way.
Get her. Not just fellas.
I'm destined for better things than this, I am.
A right big head she's turned out to be. I'm telling you, kid, she gives me the dead needle. Don't let it faze you.
You coming for a mooch round the shops this dinner?
No. I thought I'd better go to the art gallery or summit and get me a bit of culture.
Get away, they'd never let us in. Pair of scrubbers like us.
I don't know what the fuss is all about.
Neither do I, but women see these things different.
Weddings? Oh, I take them seriously, if that's what you mean.
Well, what I mean is I don't know what he's faffing about.
You don't know what... Listen, mate, I've got problems. That's what I'm faffing about.
She wants a big, expensive wedding.
She does.
You can't afford it.
I can't.
In that case, you've got no problem.
Well, it's not as easy as all that. If we scratch around a bit and hock a few things, we might give her something like what she wants.
Well, after all, it is a special day, you know, one you want to remember.
Who does?
That's what I say. All that loot gone in a few hours and you spend the next 2 years paying it back.
Well, if you feel that strong about it, why don't you come out with it? I mean, tell her you'd rather spend money on something more substantial for the couple.
Oh, that's a sensible suggestion.
It's not sensible suggestions our Hilda wants at the moment. She's way up in the clouds, I'll tell you.
All right, if she's up in the clouds, mate, bring her down to earth again. It's as simple as that.
Good evening, sir.
Half a bit, please.
Lovely day, isn't it?
Yes, very nice, thank you.
Thank you.
Me gone, I think.
Now, may I introduce myself? My name is Hedges, Customs and Excise.
Oh,
Just a routine check.
You've come to the right place here, mate. Watered down beer. You know, the biggest sharks in the business, these two.
Indeed.
Shocking.
I'm afraid, Mr. Hedges, that some of our customers have a rather misguided sense of humour.
Quite. Would it be convenient for me to inspect your cellars?
hey, he was only having you on, you know.
Yes, I do realise that, Mr. Walker. And now, if you don't mind, the cellars.
Just a minute. Hold on, will you? This way.
Where am I at it?
Oh, what are you going to do then?
I'll get in a registry office, man.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
Well, I mean, it's up to you.
Can't afford it, can you?
Hey, I shouldn't worry too much if I was you, Mrs. Walker. He said it was just a routine check, didn't he?
I have nothing to worry about.
In that case, come over here and give me due sustenance, love.
It's just that it's a trifle disconcerting, that's all.
Oh, well, as long as you got the hose pipe well hid, you'd be never fear.
Really, Mr. Upton. Oh. Everything quite in order, I trust.
Now, Mr. Walker, you have your sample, which you can retain for inspection if you so wish. Will you be good enough to sign for it?
All right.
Let me see. This will cover the cost of the samples I've taken.
Hey,
Thank
mate,
you, Mr. Hedges.
who tipped you off?
Don't take Mr. Fairclough too seriously, Mr. Hedges.
Perfectly all right. We get used to that sort of thing.
Well, is there no,
Right then.
no help? You don't want to see out up here?
No, that's all. Thank you very much. Well, cheerio, everybody.
Good day.
Good day.
Well, really.
Oh, don't worry. Nobody takes any notice of him. He's daft, aren't you?
Yeah. A random check, he said.
Well, you've not to worry about then, have you?
No, I suppose not.
Well, let's forget it then. Fill up, eh? You're round. Hey, Seghead, do you want to said?
No, I don't understand. You don't when you're daft, you know. Did you say you was buying me a pint?
So what happened then? Well, he sends for him and he says either he gets his hair cut or he gets the sack.
I think it's a bit much, don't you?
So what did Ron do? What do you think he told him what to do with his crummy job?
Mind you, I thought his hair was a bit long. I mean, I couldn't fancy a fellow with hair as long as my own, could you?
I mean, it's a diabolical liberty interfering with his rights. Ron says he wouldn't cut his hair. A King Dick himself asked him, and I don't blame him.
No, are you deaf or something? I just said something. Do you like them with short hair or not?
He says next week he's going to leave it tied back in a big bow like PJ Proby. No one's going to call him an effeminate lout and get away with it.
All right, be like that if you want to.
Yeah,
so long as he doesn't split his pants in middle at canteen.
Oh, in middle of where?
Canteen, you bad-minded thing.
It's a cushy number, though, isn't it?
All right, Supple-Belly, if you think it's a cushy number, grab
Oh,
all
I
of that
don't
one, then.
mean you. I mean that Customs and Excise bloke. Swanning round the pubs taking samples, eh? What, have you got any vacancies?
I wonder what he'd come round for all the time,
Well,
though.
it was you that said it was a routine check.
Oh, well, I know. You've got to say something, don't you?
Hey, you don't think Jack Walker has been mucking about with it, do you? Hey, give over, will you? I've got enough dandruff as it is.
Haven't you got home to go to?
Oh, that.
Yeah, that.
Now, my David's coming to tea. It'll be ding-dong wedding bells all the afternoon. Hey, you know what free shear is?
Freeze you?
Ah.
Yeah, it's like what they say in winter. It's cold enough to freeze you.
Oh, I'm sorry I spoke.
I don't know. He thinks he's got problems before wedding. It's them must come after that really count.
Yeah, being a member of that same club, I entirely agree with you there, mate. Don't come in here, darling. You get all mucked up.
I don't care.
How's it going, then?
What?
Being a career girl.
It's all right. Funny, when I come in here, it makes me feel like Mrs. Caldwell.
What do you mean?
Well, she's all this going on about people what have died and places where have been pulled down. You know, things that happened years ago.
Oh, I remember the first time I went back to number 13 after Ogden's had moved in. It went out like we'd had it. Still, I mean, it's never the same, you know, going back.
Any road, next time she comes out with one of her I remembers, I'll be able to say I remember where our house was. Over there. That piece of waste ground where there's note for a few broken bottles.
Things change, though, you know, love. I mean, you go on to better things. You really wouldn't have liked to have spent all your life in this house now, would you?
No, it's just seeing it go.
Yeah, I know.
Can't take anything for granted, can you?
I don't know, love. Some things you can. Like next summer's going to be as bad as this one. Like I'll be propping up the Rovers bar tonight. And like Jerry over there will have a pot belly all his life.
No, I mean people.
Has someone let you down, then?
No, not... I suppose I should have known better.
A lad?
No, them two girls I work with, Babs and Josie. I thought they was okay.
And they're not?
They've sent me to Coventry.
They're not talking to you?
Not a word. They say I'm stuck up because I said I could get a good job with me O-levels.
Well, so you can, love.
Anyway, there's one thing certain. I'm going to get out of that place as fast as I can and get myself a proper job. I suppose I should feel sorry for them, really. Stuffing bits of paper in envelopes all their lives. I mean, what sort of an outlook's that?
Don't you waste your sympathy on them, darling. You've got ambition, and good luck to you, too. Some people like their little old-fashioned ruts, you know. Isn't that right, Jerry?
Yes, as long as she knows we trust and respect her, we'll have no more trouble, Jack.
Well, if you say so, love.
Well, I've told her we do, and now we must just suit the deed to the word.
How do you mean?
Well, do something concrete to prove that we're serious about treating her as a grown-up.
So, what do we do? Sit tight and say note?
No, not unless it's absolutely necessary. Do you think you could find the key that used to belong to Lucille's bedroom?
Oh, it's never been used. I think I put it in the drawer of the bureau there.
Could you find it for me, love?
Eh?
Chunks of plaster. They're watching them pull the old house down.
Well, love, off with the old, on with the new. Something for you.
Key, where's it for?
Your bedroom.
I don't need one.
It's more of a symbol than anything else.
Symbol?
Yes, to show you that you have somewhere private, somewhere that neither your Uncle Jack nor myself can come unless you invite us.
But it's not necessary.
Well, we think it is. As a matter of fact, it's all your Uncle Jack's idea.
Eh?
He says that a young lady should have a place that she can call her very own.
Well, I hope they put it in the paper. Do you think they will?
Oh, aye, and the television news.
Perhaps they'll send it over on early bird.
Well, I'm sure that the teeming millions in Africa will want to know all about us. And, you know, I'm going to send a detailed description of what Denny and Islands I'm wearing and all.
Do they have early bird transmissions in Africa?
Well, they'll have to for our wedding, else they'll be rioting in the streets.
I was only referring to the local evening paper. Any road, it's not beyond the bounds of possibility. Elaine Norris got hers in.
Elaine Norris's dad is a local councillor, and he's loaded.
Oh, well, all I was thinking was that David's pretty well known. And if it did get in paper, I could send a copy to your Auntie Gracie in Melbourne.
Oh, you never write to her from one year's end to another.
If she did have to be on asbestos paper.
Well, I don't know why you say that. Me and Gracie got on very well.
Ah, with a few thousand miles of ocean between you.
What do you think about the photos, David?
Oh, I don't mind, really. That bloke that did mine for the papers wasn't bad. Harry Pegg, wasn't it?
Ah, that's a very good idea. Do you think that Leonard lend us his ladders?
Yes, I should think so.
Right. Be outside my bedroom window at midnight.
What for?
And then we'll elope.
Well, elope.
They'll elope.
Oh, no, they won't.
Won't they?
No.
Oh.
Listen, Mum, have we got to have all this fuss? Because none of us wants it.
Oh, now, look, Chuck, it is your day. A day you'll want to remember all your life. That's why you want an album.
What?
An album, you know, with a padded cover and silver bells and lucky horseshoes engraved on it.
Phew, they cost the earth, them. Do you know, there was a girl at the raincoat factory what bought one. Cost her £7 tam. Well, I wouldn't care, but she looked half cut on most of them.
Ha! Well, you have to get to the bottle before you can marry me.
Hey, they'll have to carry me there screaming.
Oh, why do I tolerate you?
Because I'm gorgeous.
There you are, you see.
Oh.
My suit were a sort of a dusky pink, like, and had carnations in the same tone, only a bit deeper.
Oh, yes.
My dad looks almost human there, doesn't he?
Your father, as it happens, was a very good-looking man.
Well, I must say, you both look very happy here.
Oh, we were, weren't we, Stan?
Why?
You know, many's the time when things have gone, well, not gone quite as well as they might, you know. I've got this out and had a look at it and just remembered how it was when we started out. You see, Chuck, that's why I want it to be something really worth remembering. Not just for the day, but for always. Oh, I know I'm not very good at putting things, but, well, do you know what I mean?
Yes, you want it to be like it was for you and me dad.
No, not like it was for us. Better.
How's the kid, then?
Lucille, she's fine. Why?
Ah, I saw her a bit earlier on. She looked a bit browned off.
Oh, she's all right now. Just a little bit upset.
Who hasn't got a dog's life nowadays, you tell me?
Hey, you what? You're not doing so bad.
Give up, mate. Who have I got to hold my hand when I go home on a cold winter's night?
Well, it's nobody's fault but your own. I mean, there's plenty of nice girls about.
Who wants a nice girl?
Well, if you're that lonely, you want to get out a bit, meet a few people.
Nah, by the time I finish work at night, I've got about enough energy to stagger around here.
Well, you're getting old, you know. That's your trouble.
And listen who's talking. I don't notice you and your top hat and tail supping the shambers nowadays.
I was just saying, Ken, he ought to make a bit more of an effort and get out a bit of an evening, don't you reckon?
Him? No, be a complete waste of time.
Why?
Well, I mean, who'd fancy him with a sour puss like he's got on him?
Hey, now listen here, Ken.
No, thanks. I've heard enough. Mr. Walker, go half a bit, please.
You see, it isn't that I don't want to give her a good send-off.
Oh, I know that.
But you see, you've got to cut your coat to suit your cloth, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Well, I don't want to disappoint you, but, well, you didn't expect an heiress, did you?
No.
Hey, I can't sleep at night fretting about it.
Oh, look, Mr. Ogden. I don't want a big marriage. Neither does Irma. We just want to get married, that's all. Well, you know, live happily ever after. That's all.
Serious? You're not just saying that, are you?
Well, never mind what you want. Think about it.
I am.
Every young fella likes his in-laws to put on a bit of a show. It's only natural.
Oh, no, David's not interested in all that malarkey.
Oh, now listen, don't you tell me he doesn't want to see his bride coming down the aisle in a lovely white dress. He's got a romantic nature, that lad of yours. I can read him like a book.
You think so?
Look, love, I'm telling you. Now, you take my tip. Your old man still knows a thing or two about men.
I don't know. If he really does set some store by it.
I wasn't joking, you know. About the elopement. I'd agree to one any time.
Ah, it's the women, mate. They won't do without this dressing up.
Oh. We'll just have to talk them out of it, that's all.
That's easier said than done.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, Irma's on our side. It's 3 against 1.
Don't bank on it.
What?
Irma's a woman like her mother.
Yes, but she said...
Look, what they say and what they mean, mate, they're two entirely different things. You'll find that out before you got the confetti out of your hair.
Oh, Lord, don't tell me she wants a big wedding and all.
I know our Irma. For all her smart talk, she's just a kid at heart.
Yeah. Just like a little girl sometimes.
They all are. And they want taking in hand from time to time.
Oh, I don't know
Listen,
about
for what
that.
are you, I'm telling you, as one who knows, mate, I'll tell you, they expect it, yeah. They know we're the bosses and they like it. Otherwise, we get no respect.
Oh, he'll live where you want to.
Oh, I don't know. He wants to move away when we get married. He'll never settle down round here.
Oh, but number 3's the obvious place. I mean, only a few yards down and standing empty. And I wouldn't interfere or out, but I could keep an eye on you.
It's no use, ma'am. Honestly, David will never live in the street. He won't. He's made up his mind on that.
And it's up to you to change it for him.
Oh, how can I? I'm not so sure that's the right thing to do.
Of course it is. After all, it's up to you to choose where you want to live, isn't it?
Is it?
Of course. It's always up to the woman to make the big decisions in a marriage.
Are you sure?
Listen, love, men are like babies. They like us fussing over them and mollycoddling them and taking the responsibility.
Phew, I'm not taking on any responsibility. If there's anybody being fussed and pampered, I want it to be me.
Oh, now, Irma, be your age, Chuck. Look, you want your marriage to be a happy one, don't you? Well, then, start as you mean to go on. You just let him know, tactfully, of course, who's the boss. Now, take it from me, love. It's the only way.
Jack, love, do stop worrying. It's all over, it's all right.
What?
About Lucille.
Hey, I'm not worried about her. It's this Hedges bloke, the Customs and Excise chap. Annie, you don't suppose he could find anything wrong, do you?